Hello there my fellow sim racers, and welcome to today's video where we're jumping into Automobilista 1. But why? Well, it's simple. rFactor 2 recently released a new BMW touring car, and I held a community poll to see what other car we would like to see released at the same time, and the Honda Civic won. Unfortunately, we didn't get that car in that particular release, so I decided to find a Honda Civic touring car and have some fun with it. Well, after a little bit of searching about, I didn't go down the obvious route and choose the original Honda Civic in rFactor 2. I found the Copa Petrobras De Marcas Brazilian Touring Car Series Honda Civic. And that's what we're going to be racing around Velopark right here, right now.
Watch for the lights.
So here we are in Automobilista 1 in a Honda Civic touring car. Yes, I have found one. After the well, I'll call it disappointment of not getting a second BTCC car in the rFactor 2 Q4 content drop, I thought I would use the results from the poll I did on my community page and find a Honda Civic for us to race after we didn't get one for RF2. So had a little search about, and now I know that there's a very early touring car Honda Civic in AMS2, but still there. You know, that was too obvious, that was too easy. Still there. So this is why I dusted off AMS1 by Reiza Studios.
Still there.
And
still there.
Jumped into the get ready for this, the Copa Petrobras De Marcas touring car series. Must have really butchered that, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is a proper Brazilian national tin top series. We got little 2 litre 4-pot front wheel drive, the classic touring car format, and we've got loads of cars in here. We've got Fords, Mitsubishis, Toyotas, Hondas, Renaults in here, Ford, the whole lot. So it's a it's a really interesting championship with a good range of cars.
Right car, right.
Whoa! Ooh, ooh.
Clear right.
Now, I'm based in the UK, so I know these cars in their, I would say, European layout specification. And I was surprised with things like the Ford in front of us, the Honda Civic I'm in, is that they're the saloon variants, 4-door saloons. I've only ever known these cars as hatchbacks. So it was interesting to see the different, what must be like a South American version, but hey, it's still got Honda on, it's still called a Civic, and until you get to that bit at the back, it's a Civic. So it's good enough for me. Now, AMS1 is based on the early ISI engine, so it's sort of very similar to what rFactor 1 was. But Reiza Studios, and this is why we hold them in such high regard, they took this engine, this game engine, right to the edge, right to the limit. It's almost like rFactor 1.5. They got the tyre flex, the flat spots, and all the other, in-depth physics, engine details. Which is what endured the the development team. They were a modding team when they first started out. The development team, and while we were all surprised when they went to the Madness engine for AMS2, although I know that did introduce dynamic time of day, weather, and of course the wonderful VI implementation, but such a shame that we keep forgetting about this early title from its, this is right back from its stock car roots.
So Giaffoni ahead is now 3.4 seconds.
Via a crowdfunding type of scheme which I got involved in and backed, Automobilista 1 was born.
0.5.
And if you ever get a chance to pick it up, and it's always going in the sale for a few quid, it's really worth it because look how good it looks. Being an older game engine now, it's fully optimised, and of course modern day systems, I've got a 3080 Ti, I can just go max on the graphic details and settings and look at it, it's absolutely amazing. Look at the detail to the track surface, the environment, all the detail around, and it still drives fantastic.
Let the race come to us. 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
We've got the front wheel drive power understeer, we've got the snappy rear end there,
Clear right.
and the way the cars react when they rub against each other, and the level of force feedback, the communication, the responsiveness of it on my AccuForce direct drive wheel is absolutely outstanding. It could put some modern day sims to shame, I'm telling you. Whoa, there goes the light rear end. So you just plant the throttle, you use the front wheel drive to drag the car straight again. Got a bit of understeer there, fantastic.
Still there.
I'm so glad I found this Honda Civic to play with while we wait for Studio 397 to get round to releasing their 2021 spec BTCC version.
Car right. Right side's clear.
We're doing well here, we're certainly picking up some places. We're at Velopark. This is a fantastic little circuit for these
Really good. Come on, keep
smaller, not quite so powerful, more nimble cars. Oh, you can really throw it in deep, but again, oh yeah. Look at that. I instantly knew what the car was doing, why it was doing it, and how to put it right, and the corrective measures I took worked.
5.6 seconds.
It just shows you how sorted the physics and force feedback engine for this title is. Amazing bit of work. Reiza.
Make them work for it.
Ah, it's such a fantastic time to be a sim racer, isn't it? The depth and breadth of sim racing titles and content available to us, and the level of quality.
That was
We can find
2.4.
anything and everything to drive. We were waiting, we were all waiting to see whether the Honda Civic was going to come out for rFactor 2 if my community page poll was anything to go by. We didn't get it. But it's not the end of the world, because I've found one to race anyway. Woohoo!
Fortunato is now leading.
I just thought it just something different, something that we don't see a lot of in the sim racing community. We all moved on from AMS1, but understeer, we shouldn't really, overlook some of the more mature, almost classic titles. Because now they're not cutting edge,
1-2.
we can crank them up and really unlock the potential that may have been hidden by the hardware that we had access to when these titles were brand new, Oh, it feels absolutely beautiful to drive. The effect those curbs have through the wheel is amazing. I can almost feel it rattling my eyeballs, you know? You get a real sensation of what it must have been like. There's only so many liberties you can take.
Keep it between the white lines.
It's only a short 10-minute race, but I think we're starting to get a bit of tyre wear coming in where we've really used and abused these tyres. Oh, don't you just love the scream of it? Of these little 4-cylinder engines being revved right up to 7,000 odd RPM, dragged to an inch of their lives. Look, we're gaining. Chevrolet in front.
Right side.
Oh, yes. Whenever there was a time to hit the apex, that was it.
Keep it up.
Thank you, Jim. It was a great move. Oh, I think we're coming up to the end of the race now.
P4. We're quickest at the moment.
I'm not sure if it's 10 minutes plus a lap or just 10 minutes. Oh. God, it feels so good to throw it through that combination of corners there. Just float the car right on the edge of the tyre limit. Absolutely brilliant. Really?
We're seeing lots of left rear locking.
Yeah, there's lots of locking going on. I did wind the brake bias back a bit. I prefer it when the back locks. It helps with the rotation rather than the front, because then you just get understeer.
P4.
And there we go.
Good drive.
4th place. Well, I hope you enjoyed this this little look back at AMS1 and their Copa Petrobras De Marcas touring cars, and the fact that you know, I couldn't get to drive a Honda Civic touring car in rFactor 2 as part of their new content drop, but we did find a Honda Civic and we did have fun with it. So yeah, it all counts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little look back at Automobilista 1. There'll be a link to the Steam store for it. If you don't buy it now, put it on the wish list and wait for it to come up on sale. Because the amount of content, and it's a fully moddable title, and the content available on racedepartment.com, there's just loads of it. What we'll do is we'll just pull over here out the way. There we go, look. Ah, that was a fantastic little race around Velopark here in this Honda Civic. As I say, wishlist this game if you haven't already got it. If you've been in sim racing for any period of time, you're bound to have already got it and picked it up. So dust it off, have another little go, and remind yourself just how good it feels and looks. In the meantime, coming up will be a video highlighting some of the new BTCC touring car content for rFactor 2, which you might find interesting. It'd be nice to go from something from years gone by to something that's absolutely bang up to date, but it's all tin top and it's all great fun. And in the meantime, have fun, happy sim racing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.